Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today I'm going to be talking about stocks. Many of you will recall that I told you guys to buy Tesla stocks last week, July 12th exactly. I told you guys to buy Tesla stock, and at that time it was trading at $272. I told you guys that if you buy the stock before their earnings statement came out, you're going to make a lot of money. And some of you did, and you guys made a lot of money. By the time the earnings statement came out, the stock had jumped from 272 to 296, and then eventually got to over 300. Now, the Tesla stock has dipped. Now, the reason being that it has been a kind of mixed grill for Tesla. They had increased revenue. It was projected that we're going to make about $24 billion and 24.47 billion dollars, and they actually made $24.93 billion. So they beat the earnings expectations. But then you see that they also had more expense ratio. So they had a lot of spending on technology, on research, and then they had a lot of spending on other issues to improve quality. So their income was not as high as it was expected, even though they made more money. And this is because, when obviously, Elon Musk has some kind of perfectionist trick in him, and he wants to improve and get better. So it was a mixed bag. It was good and it was bad. So after the earnings statement came out, the stock price dipped until right now it's trading at about $262. So you see, if you listen to me, you made a lot of money. Now, a lot of people are asking me, how are you able to also predict that a stock is going to rise? Because this is not the first, the second, the third, the fourth time I've done that. They understand because I do indexing for crypto, so they understand about crypto. But they also ask, how am I able to predict the stock? Well, it's the same thing. I do indexing for stocks. But the thing, indexing for stocks is a lot more complicated than well, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a lot more complicated. It's different from indexing for crypto. So they have different parameters. What I tend to do with stocks and why I always make money from stocks is because I time stocks. I tend to buy stocks just before the earnings statement of a company that I want to buy into, comes out. So I look at the earnings statements. I mean, it's not a secret. These companies, they have to tell you, they have to tell the federal government in the United States when their earnings statements are going to come out. So if you can research a company, research the details about the company, what they're going to do, how much sales they've made, because they have to make these filings. These are not things that are secret. They have to also make these filings. So if you can research these filings, you can actually know a company that is going to have post a very good earnings statement. So you can buy just before the earnings statement comes out. Because by the time the earnings statement comes out, there's going to be a boost, and then usually there'll be a dip. So you buy just before the earnings statement comes out. So what again, this has to do with research. You take the major companies like you take Alphabet, you take Meta, you take Tesla, you take AstraZeneca, you take SAP, you take even a company like MTN in South Africa. You take these major companies and then you study them. So you know when their earnings statements are going to come out. Usually companies will usually do four earnings statements in a year. They do Q1, that's first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and then the fourth quarter. And then they also do sometimes they do H1 and H2, that is half year one and half year two. So it's regular. So you can actually know. And then you can actually study the company and say, okay, look, for instance, with Tesla, I knew that they had sold 422,000 vehicles in the second quarter. And that was an increase over last year Q2. So I knew that their earnings statement was going to be good. So I encourage people to buy, and I bought. But here's the thing: you do that for all companies. You study them, you invest in the knowledge that you can get from their public filings, and then you study their quarterly sales for the previous quarter, compare it to what they have filed with the different regulatory bodies. You compare it with some of the news that's coming out about their research and development, and then you can know that, okay, well, it's likely that this company is going to post a higher than expected earnings statement, and then you buy just before the earnings statement comes out, because people tend to be lazy. They are not going to want to do all of that research. They're just going to wait for the earnings statements to come out. If it's good, they'll invest. If it's bad, they're going to divest. So you see, if it's good, they'll invest. If it's bad, they're going to divest. So you have to do all of that research yourself and then buy just before the earnings statement comes out. And that's how you're going to consistently make money. Now, if you watch this, you got questions arising from this. Maybe you're not very clear with my explanations, or maybe it's my accent, or maybe I talk too fast, or maybe you bought Tesla stock and you did not watch my video telling people to buy. Whatever it is, put your questions in the comment section of the video. My staff are going to bring them to me, and I'll do my best to respond to each and every category. But please beware, I do not have a WhatsApp or a Telegram channel or Gmail email address, and I'm not going to ever ask you for money or tell you that I can invest your money for you. Those guys are spammers, they're scammers. Now, this is Pastor Reno, the Apostle of Prosperity, saying, God bless you.
Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is